So in previous makeup videos, I've been facing this direction, but I'm switching it to this direction because this is the eye that we're working on, so it makes sense. Also, I'm kind of liking this framing better, so maybe it stays for the rest of the series. And before we start with the eye prosthetic, I'm just gonna put on some base skin makeup, foundation. I don't know. One thing I will say, I feel like through this series, I have yet to mention that I'm an amateur, that I know nothing about makeup. If you've been with this channel for a while, you know that, but if you're just finding this series and you watched the first 2 episodes, you're probably like, this girl knows nothing about makeup. And she just fails herself into a success every time. How? So this time, I just really felt like I had to reiterate the fact that I'm an artiste, but I'm not a makeup artiste. So I just make it up as I go along. Haha, make it up as I go along. Makeup, you know, it's called makeup, so yeah, I'm making it up. So more about Frank. Donnie gets stuck in a time loop and Frank dies in the time loop at a Halloween party where he's dressed as a bunny. He gets shot in the eye. This eye. It's one of my favorite movies. I felt like I had to visit it in this series, especially because an eye prosthetic just seems so fun to try. So Frank also has like medium length brown hair. I'm thinking I'm just gonna use my Eric Draven wig for this cosplay. And then for the costume, my best friend Kelly was Frank for Halloween. So she let me borrow the costume. It really is just a bunny suit, which is where that quote comes from that I said in the intro. Donnie says to Frank at some point in the movie, "Why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit?" And Frank responds, "Why are you wearing that stupid man suit?" Which is a valid question. I'm feeling goofy today, which is always a good feeling to have going into these makeup videos. It makes me delusionally confident. And we'll just do a teeny bit of mascara. Nice, simple. You can see slightly the difference between these 2 eyes. It's not a crazy difference, but yeah, we're covering this eye, so we don't have to put anything on it. And what we're covering the eye with, I actually pre-made a prosthetic that I think looks okay. I've shown these before that I keep the lids to my candles when I'm done using them. They're really good to use when I'm mixing up the skin tight here for the silicone prosthetics. And for this look, I wanted the prosthetic to be a disc shape. So I poured some liquid latex into the candle lid. I let that sit overnight. And then throughout the day, the next day, I just added some like goopiness in the shape of an eye. But this is what we ended up with. Like, okay, right? That kind of looks like an eye. I'm worried because it's see-through. That's one thing that's worrying me about it, because I'm gonna like put it on my eye and you're like, oh wait, look, there's your eye. I also at this point, I guess I'm covering my eyebrow. I don't really know a better way to do this than to fully cover my eyebrow, unless, yeah, I guess I could put the adhesive there. This is gonna be bad if I cut this and then it doesn't work. Yeah, but I think I should cut it. I think I should cut the whole top off. Well, let me flip it, see what this looks like. That, no. I just feel like the orientation I want it to be. I'm just hoping that covering it up with makeup will hide the fact that you can see my eye through it. Cause yeah, we're gonna put red on this. We're actually going to use fake blood as well. So we've got the Marin fake blood. So we can have it like dripping down the side of my face. Though Kelly said if I get blood on her costume, she will kill me. And I don't wanna die yet. That's good. Maybe we don't want a disc. Maybe we just cut off all the flat surfaces. We can always add more. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta just not get it too close to my eye, but I can put the adhesive here and then down here. And for adhesive, we are just using some lash glue like we did in the past. So let's get to it. Let's get this prosthetic on. That is securely on there. It is not comfortable. It is actually horrible. I feel a little off balance because my eye is closed underneath there. Yeah, I hate how it feels. Absolutely 0 out of 10. But I think I can make it look cool. I'm already unhappy that I have to do this on myself and only have half my vision. I think this is gonna give me a headache, but it's fine, we'll work fast. We're going to use some liquid latex to just blend the ends of this prosthetic into my skin and try to make it look seamless. But will that work? I don't know. We'll see. I think that's been one of my main takeaways of something I have to work on, which is making the prosthetic look like it is a part of my skin. I don't think I did a very good job of that with the Joker. Melina was a little bit easier because obviously we were dealing with something that wasn't supposed to look natural with those big teeth. But this, I really want to be able to blend these lines and make them look like they're seamlessly going into my skin. So let's try it. Maybe the liquid latex isn't the product for this, maybe it is the skin type. I don't know, I think it looks a little better, but I think definitely adding the makeup is going to help. I don't want to mess with that too much. Just gonna let it dry and then I'll decide if I think this prosthetic has enough goopiness to it or if we should add another layer of just gnarly looking skin. I don't love how this looks. It's hard to tell because I put the liquid latex on. That kind of messed me up. But this does seem to have more of a smoother divide than it had before. Not the best, not the worst. I'm just trying to rush through this because man, my eye feels horrible. Okay, when I put the makeup on, you can definitely see where the prosthetic ends. But that's fine, we'll just add blood there and hide the line that way. This is the palette we are using from Narrative Cosmetics, and I think we are gonna be living in this little range right here. This is my first thought about this is it's too big. It should end a little bit higher up, but this is what we got. I actually think it looks kind of cool because I think adding some actual blood that's dripping will help. But this is where I gotta be careful. I can be drippy and messy now, but I can't be drippy and messy when I put the costume on because, as I said, Kelly will kill me. So we're just gonna let it drip. Did the drip just fall?
Instant replay.
The drip just fell. Oh God, where did it fall? Oh, on my pants. It fell on my sweatpants, right in the crotch area. So someone's gonna think I had a period accident. Oh, it's still dripping. Too much drip, too much drip. We don't want it to drip off. I'm adding way too much blood. Oh no.
Instant replay.
I hope this doesn't stain. Okay, this is fun. Does it 100% look like what it's supposed to? I'm not sure, but listen, it's my first time. I tried. I think I did decent for my first time. Let me get into my stupid bunny suit and show you the finished result. Wow, I got so excited to be able to see again that I took the prosthetic off without filming my outro. So I'm back, fresh-faced, no makeup. My vision is still extremely blurry on this side. But thank you for coming along for the third episode in this SFX series. That was definitely wearable. Did it look fully realistic? I don't think so. Like I said, I would definitely make the prosthetic smaller. I was really nervous having the adhesive that close to my eye, but then I thought about it. That's eyelash glue that's literally supposed to go on your eyelash line, like right on top of your eyes. So I could have gotten closer, it would have been totally fine. In the future, when I make that prosthetic ahead of time, I will make it a little bit smaller, but I still think it looked cool. And I want to thank my Platinum tier patrons for supporting this channel and helping me bring this content to you. Lars Baker, Brett Muraski, Squeaky, and Yutaka Tamanaha. Thank you so much for your continued support. And don't forget, if you are a geek of any kind, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, join us on Patreon, and comment down below what you thought of my bullet hole eye. Next week, I am pushing my favorite anime on you, and you're going to like it. I am tackling the female Titan from Attack on Titan. She's got a lot of exposed muscle under her eyes and down her neck. I think it will be very, very cool, and I can't wait to share it with you. My name is Leah, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 넌 겨울. Yeah, 가요 cold. Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 기초대. 꿈에도 I wasn't aware. 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해.